Alright, so welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 2. So let's start with our bonding points, and we're going to start with lovely little Emma over here. Planning on hitting the town, Emma?
Oh, hello, Reen. Something like that. I was going to take a little walk over to Lunaria Nature Park.
Oh. This wouldn't have anything to do with Celine and I sensing the higher elements the last time we were there, would it?
Yes, actually, she told me all about it. I thought it might be a good idea for me to go take a look for myself. It shouldn't be too much trouble for me. The monsters around there aren't especially challenging.
It might be a good idea for me to tag along with her anyway. I'm more than confident you'll be able to take care of yourself, but would you be opposed to some company? I'd like to see how the park is doing myself.
By all means, I'd be happy to have your company. Well then, shall we?
Together, Reen and Emma stepped out into the highway and walked to the park.
Something certainly is out of balance here, and I can sense the presence of the higher elements as well.
Fortunately, their effect seems to be limited to within the park itself. You don't think there could be a cryptid here like in Lohengrin Castle, do you?
Well, I don't sense one now. The higher elements are only present in the park itself, so I think they're here as a result of the chaos in Erebonia, particularly because this area is close to a spirit vein. But I can't offer any guarantees that the surrounding area won't be affected in the future, though.
Emma?
I'm sorry, I was wondering if I might be able to calm things down a little. I think I'll try at least. Please step away. Oh, Spirit Vein, calm the chaos of this land by the guidance of my mana.
Any luck?
No, unfortunately not. As I feared, my power simply isn't enough to quell a disturbance of this magnitude, and Celine's assistance wouldn't help me do any better.
Oh, well, at least you tried. Is something wrong?
I was just thinking, I bet Vita would be able to do it. With the amount of power she has, she'd be able to handle something like this without even trying.
Oh, right.
I've always been following behind her, desperately trying to play catch-up. I've always admired the incredible talent she has as a witch. No, admiration isn't quite it. The truth is, I've always had an inferiority complex when it comes to her. I'm always comparing myself to her, always reminded of how lacking I am in comparison. I'm sorry you ended up with a weak witch like me instead of a competent one like her. If only I were stronger. As I am, there's no way that I'll ever be able to catch up to her.
You keep saying always, Emma. No one's born with the ability to do everything perfectly from the start. Just like with my swordsmanship, there's always going to be someone who has more experience. So rather than beat yourself up for not matching up, you should instead take it one step at a time instead.
One step at a time?
Yeah, and we'll all be there doing the same with you. And gradually, bit by bit, we'll all become more experienced and skilled at what we do. It's not something you can do overnight, but one day you'll be able to catch up with her.
I suppose you're right. All I can do for now is focus on the tasks at hand and hope that will get us closer. I think I was just feeling a little impatient and frustrated. Don't mind me.
I don't mind at all, really. We all get that way sometimes. Anyway, we've come all the way to the park. Want to walk around and relax some?
That sounds lovely.
Reen and I enjoyed some quality time relaxing and admiring the area around Lunaria Nature Park before eventually returning to Keldic. So now we'll do Eustace. And the reason we're doing these particular characters is because we get their character notebook updated if we do them, so. With the provincial army rooted, peace has finally returned to this town. It may only be temporary, but for now that's something worthy of celebration. He looks incredibly uncomfortable to be here, not that I can blame him. Hey, Eustace, what do you say we walk around the market for a bit? Should be fun since they're finally getting it back together. What brought this on? Who cares? Come on, let's go. With that, Reen dragged the reluctant Eustace to the Grand Market. This is the first time I've been to the Keldix Grand Market. Huh? Really? That's a surprise. Though I guess you never had the chance to come here during any of our field studies. While it may be part of the Cruisin province, I rarely visited Keldic itself. In fact, I hardly left Brayheart area before entering Thor's. Well, that's all the more reason to make the most of our time here, right? Kind of a shame it's not nearly as bustling as it was the last time we were here. Maybe I should head back to the Courageous after... Alright lads, how's it keeping? Oh, it's Becky's dad. How are you, sir? It's been a while. I heard you lot did a real work at the Twin Dragons Bridge. You actually got some nice fresh apples in this morning, so here, fancy a wee try? No worries either. It's on me. Think of it as celebrating Keldic's freedom. Well, if you're offering, thanks. How exactly does one eat this? Just take a bite into it. This is fresh too, so it'll taste better than the store-bought kind. You were right. The juiciness enhances its flavor as well. Ah, good to hear, good to hear. And just to be sure, you're Duke Albrea's son, right? You knew? Ain't to panic, wee man. I just heard rumors about you and your bro is all. They say the youngest brother's a bit unfriendly, but always kind to wee kids and the like. And there's the eldest brother who's so skilled, he's one of the reasons the Noble Line's been doing so well in the war. That's certainly true. Well, I cannot deny that most of us at the Grand Market aren't exactly fond of Duke Albrea. But at the same time, I am no nearly silly enough to hold some grudge against you just because you're his son. Pretty sure the same applies to everyone else too. It's a relief to hear you say that. Thank you so much. And no bother. I'd hate to see him not have a good time here is all. I guess that's probably why he's apprehensive, because he knows, yeah. I certainly wasn't expecting that. After everything that's happened here because of my father's influence, I had thought to hang my head low, but who would have thought I'd be accepted so readily? It's not all that complicated, you know? In the end, your only tie to the Duke is through your own blood, right? So just be yourself, Eustace. Be proud of who you are, like you usually are. I really haven't been myself recently, have I? Not if you're giving me pep talks like these. You're right, Reen. I should take this time to prepare for future outings rather than waste it worrying over nothing. Good to hear. Aww. So we strengthened our bond with Eustace. So now let's go talk to... Who's the closest here? Sarah? Yeah, we'll go talk to Sarah at the inn. Of course she's at the bar. Where else would she be? Keldic really knows how to brew damn good beer. I should have known I'd find you here. Still, hard to argue she hasn't earned it, this time anyway. She seemed preoccupied the whole time we were at the Twin Dragons Bridge too. What's with the stare? Nothing much. Just be careful you don't end up getting so smashed you end up getting left behind here. Okay? Don't you worry, I'm an instructor and I'd never be caught that unawares. And besides, I have years of practice. Oh, maybe I should haul a few barrels of beer on board when I need a little pick-me-up. Proposal denied. We're a student-run airship. You can't just haul whole kegs of booze on board. What a killjoy. Maybe I should stay with her for a bit. I'm a little concerned about her. Well, just in case, I think I'm going to stay with you for a little while. I'm afraid to say I wouldn't put it past you to drink yourself under the table and somehow get left behind here. Oh, come on. You could at least rummage up a little good faith for your instructor. Oh well. Can't say I mind having some company. Margaret, a mug of your best lager for my student. A tea would be fantastic, thanks. Oh, come on, Reen. Now you're being the killjoy.
Yes, boy, that hit the spot. Beer me again, Margaret.
Already? Aren't you chugging those down kind of fast?
No problem. One quick snooze to counter the booze is all I need. Don't worry, Reen. Sarah's a relatively harmless drunk. She'll drink away, have some fun, pass out for a while, then wake up in tip-top shape. That's why most people tend to let her drink as she pleases.
I've never seen her cause that much trouble while drunk, actually.
Glad we're all on board with my drinking then. Hey, where's that refill?
Sorry, but we're all out.
Say it ain't so. It's hard to get a steady supply nowadays thanks to the sad state of the Grand Market.
We went all out today as well since it's a special occasion, but I'm afraid yours was the last one.
You might be able to get your hands on some if you head over to the Grand Market though. Oh baby, fortune's on our side after all. Hey Reen, I got a little job for you. Join me in my quest to acquire booze.
Allow me to respectfully decline.
Oh, you really gonna make a drunk carry stuff on her own? Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Keep our seats, Margaret. We'll be right back. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Oh well, buy a barrel or two and I'll pay you for it later. Roger.
Wait, we're really going to do this? Despite Reen's objections, he was dragged to the Grand Market against his will. After finding and buying some barrels of Celtic Special brew, the poor boy was then asked politely to carry them all the way back. Are these filled with concrete or something?
Oh, come on, man, up already. We gotta hurry so we can get back to drinking.
Sorry, but I need a minute to catch my breath. Your love for alcohol never ceases to amaze. Master Kafai and Dad are the same way, but they're older. I don't think alcoholism is as common in people as young as you.
You really know how to flatter a lady, mister. I'm kinda surprised I came to like it this much myself, actually. I only ever got this way because I was copying someone else at first.
Oh, would you mind if I asked who you were copying?
A certain gentleman to whom I owe a fair amount. He is the type of person who'd fit right in at an empty bar, swirling his bourbon oh so tenderly. I couldn't help but look up to that image, which is how it all started. Oops, this probably isn't a conversation to be having with one of my students, huh? Just try and forget I said anything. That's not that important anyway.
Well, it's not often I get to hear you talk about these things. I have to ask though, is this where your fondness for classy gentlemen originated from?
Who knows, I'll let you figure that one out. More importantly though, got to get back to carrying. I can feel myself sobering up here.
On it, fair madam. After carrying the barrels back, Green was forced to bear witness to yet another intense drinking session. Oh, Sarah. Alright, let's go chat up Elliot. See how his sister's doing too. And then just Toa, I think, is the last one.
Phew, I'm so relieved that Fiona's safe and sound. I shouldn't have to worry about her as long as she's with Dad either.
Yeah, there's no guarantee that she won't run into danger in the future, but next to your dad's a pretty safe place to be. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end.
It wouldn't have if not for you and Valimar though, and the rest of their classmates of course. It won't be easy to repay you, but I'll be sure to help out as best I can.
Come on, we've been through enough that you don't have to worry about repaying us. Just take some time to rest for now.
Oh, I know, while I'm here, I might as well go listen to that fiddle player. I probably won't get a better chance than right now, right?
Maybe I should join him?
Oh, are you coming too?
Sure, might as well. The wide open area over there looks like it'd make for a good listening spot, shall we?
We shall.
Not bad, wee man.
Yeah, music like that is perfect for the grand market.
Oh yeah, now I'm all jazzed up to work twice as hard. Thank you, thank you. Please note that the hat is open to donations.
Wow, he's good. And that performance was something else.
Yeah, even I could tell just how good it was. It seems to have lifted everyone's spirits here in the market a little too.
You're right. It really is incredible how something so simple can put people's minds at ease. Music really does hold its own unique power, doesn't it?
I'd have to agree with that. Concerts like this one and even our own can really made me realize how amazing music can be.
Yeah, I feel like that fact sinking in for me all over again. There are things that music can do that military forces can't. Just like how there are things we can do that no one else can. Rescuing Fiona is a good example of that as any.
Exactly. Whenever we're feeling down, we just have to remember that we've got our own role to play in all this. And we'll keep trying to find it while doing all we can to bring this conflict to an end.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we just have to go talk to Toa. And then we're good.
I spoke with the market manager and he agreed to let us have some of the stuff from the stalls that have closed down. I normally wouldn't have asked, but George said he needed materials for repairing the ship. When you're acting captain, you've got to work with what you're given.
This looks like a bit much for her to carry all on her own. I can take half of that for you. Actually, I should probably take more than half. The stuff's probably as heavy as you are. There's no way you should be carrying it all on your own.
Well, if you're sure. Oh, since you volunteered, mind doing something else for me too? There's a bunch of unusable stuff here that I thought I'd take for myself, so if you wouldn't mind.
You want me to drag this junk for you somewhere too? If you think you can turn it into something useful, then sure. Reen cheerfully helped Toa sort all the usable items from the unusable items, and together the two of them carried anything worthwhile back to the ship. After that, they took the unusable stuff to the highway.
There we go, all ready.
This looks like a setup you'd see on a firing range.
That's exactly what it is. This is the perfect opportunity for me to get some practice in, and you know what they say, there's no time like the present.
Practice? What kind of practice?
Just watch.
That's an orbital gun, isn't it? A pretty big one at that. That design doesn't look a thing like your standard Reinford production though.
That's because it's made at ZCF in Liberal actually. Apparently, it's different from your average orbital gun that it shoots art-based bullets. I guess the easiest way to understand it is to think of it as an orbital staff, but like in the shape of a gun.
First our Arcus units, now this. Technology continues to impress. I had no idea ZCF was even producing stuff like this. Prince Oliver gave it to you, didn't he?
Yep, right before he parted ways with us. It's a prototype too, so normally only people involved in its development would be able to get their hands on one. The prince must have had some connections within ZCF.
Lucky us. I bet Elise would be surprised to hear about this.
Well, it is a totally new invention. I thought I'd be okay with it because of my experience using regular orbital guns at the academy, but turns out I was wrong. So would you mind helping me out with my target practice, Reen?
Not at all. Can I ask what brought this all on though? You're already the best backup we could ask for. It seems odd for you to be taking up a weapon now.
I was actually a bit perplexed myself when he handed this to me, but I think he realized that I've been worried about my own lack of strength lately.
You have? Sorry, I didn't even notice.
Oh, it's okay. I've just been tasked with looking after the courageous. I can't rely on everyone protecting me forever. And this isn't just some minor clash we've been swept up in either. This is a full-on war in every sense of the word. If I can't look after myself, I'm just going to end up being a burden. That's the last thing I want, so you can see why I want to become strong enough to protect myself.
That has really been weighing you down, hasn't it?
It's not just that either. Viscount RC specifically chose me to succeed him. He's trusting me to fill his shoes. To me, that makes it my duty to become capable of supporting everyone on the Courageous.
Well, that's more than enough to convince me. If you've got your heart set on this, then I'll gladly help you out. Let's become stronger together, Toa, along with the rest of the Courageous.
Yeah.
She may be small, but I don't know anyone else who works half as hard as she does. I'll have to do what I can for her sake, too. After joining her practice for a while, Reen leisurely walked Toa back to town. Well, we get Link experience with Toa, so she'll eventually become a party member? Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's all the bonding events. Let's see what this shop sells. Nope. I didn't want to talk to you. I did not want to talk to you. What can we sell? We probably have a bunch of stuff we should be selling. Like all these weapons, we no longer need them. Whose are these? I will leave it at that though. Alright. So we have to go walk around, then return to the Courageous. Alright, so we gotta go return to the Courageous. I think we just have to exit the map, I think, right? Yeah, this way. I don't think we can return to the Courageous that way, no. There's still some time before we have to leave. Should I head back to the Courageous now? Yes.
Leaving so soon?
Your...
I see you remember me after all. That's quite the honor, Reen Schwarzer.
Just who in the world are you? I'm aware how you've been supporting both us and Major Neidhart from the shadows, but you're a little too suspicious for your own good. Why do you know my name? And what exactly are you trying to accomplish?
There's no need to be hasty. But the time has finally come for me to reveal my true identity to you. Ta-da!
Really? Alright.
'Tis I, Thomas, your favorite instructor!
What?
It's certainly been a while since you've enjoyed the bliss of one of my enthralling lessons, hasn't it? I trust you've been doing well.
Why are you of all people here? Wait, no, the better question is, why were you in disguise in the first place?
An excellent question, and fortunately, one with a simple answer as well. You see, I simply wanted to avoid any trouble that might arise if anyone were to place me as one of Thor's instructors. I must be a master of disguise, because it works so well that no one ever suspected me.
Oh, that's probably true. I think I need a moment to process all of this. So you're the one who helped us back at the Twin Dragons Bridge?
Indeed, 'twas I. My goal was to aid you as covertly as I could manage, but there's no need to lurk in the shadows any longer. I pledge my support, my life, my love. From now on, you can sleep easier at night knowing I'll be right there.
Isn't this all a bit sudden? Though I suppose it will be helpful to have another instructor on board. I suppose. After gladly welcoming their new allies on board, Reen and the rest of Class 7 took flight once again to assess the situation in Erebonea.
Wow, that must have been tough. I'm so proud of you, Reen.
Yay, 36, so we got an S rank. Woohoo. Means I think we did everything we needed to do. Now it is the 19th of December. Oh my, this ship is simply spectacular. There is something to captivate the eye at every turn. I've been dying to board the Courageous for quite some time now, so being here now is quite a dream come true. Alright. And all my dreams were dashed the second I learned that suspicious man turned out to be Instructor Thomas. I know how you feel. So much for super cool action hero. I don't know, he's always come across as an airhead to me, but maybe there's more to him than I thought. Instructor, what exactly made you leave Trista? Actually, it was Principal Van Dyke. He wanted me to look out for all the students who had fled the academy. Make sure they're alright, covertly lend them a hand if they were in a pickle, that sort of thing. Really? You know, it was through the principal that George and I were able to reunite with everyone too. The more time goes on, the more people we realize have been looking out for us. Tell me about it, we have so much to be thankful for. Make sure you never forget that. Regardless, now we've taken care of things at the Twin Dragons Bridge, I propose we resume traveling around and gathering information. Works for me. And thanks to our operation being a complete success, we should be able to land at Keldic and the bridge too. So like Yusa said, let's get back to gathering information and helping those in need. You got more requests for us to knock out? Yep, Prince Oliver sent me some more, so feel free to take a look. Alright, so we got Creepin' for Creeps. Outdoor Bath, okay. This one's a required one. A malevolent worm has swallowed Toa whole. Okay, what? Alright, so there's some sort of monster I have to kill, and Divine Knight skills to the test with Nightheart. Alright. Well, we got all kinds of different ones this time. I certainly wasn't expecting to see one from Major Nightheart, especially one involving Valimar. I wonder what he wants. I'm sure he'll elaborate once we're there. If we can take care of that and the extermination request, we should be okay. These all look like so much fun. Can I come this time, can I? You do know this isn't a game, right? Well, it's not like she can't hold her own in a fight. Why not? Anyway, let's get started. So I guess we have to, Milliam has to come. Kind of like how Gaius had to come before. So Laura, Gaia, you, and who's our lowest level? Fee and Elise are pretty low too. Because our party's mostly going to be just Reen, Laura, Gaius, Eustace. And then we need a healer backup, so maybe Elliot. We'll always have Elliot as a backup as well. Well, no, because... Yeah. No, let's remove you, and we'll put in Fee just for now. Just to level her up a bit, just in case. So we can now stop by Becky's trade shop on the 3rd floor. Okay, cool. So Becky's trade shop, stuff we've missed we can buy back, apparently. So we'll take a break here. Next time we'll go and stock up on some items and start working on these side quests. So as always, thanks for watching. Till next time.